Naturalmente c'è anche il
Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the stage. And the podium celebrations in Rome was just a few days ago on Sunday evening, and we've all travelled home and we've made it back to the stage, which is our new Wednesday night programme that we'll be doing every Wednesday after a round of the ERC Championship. So it's great to be back, and thanks to your positive feedback, we're continuing with ERC The Stage with myself, Chris Rose, and of course Julian Porter, who joins us. I can't believe you've still got the face mask on. You weren't in.
I thought we've got to wear it all the time. I've never taken it off.
Well, these things were pretty important, and I've actually forgotten what you looked like because we've been wearing these face masks all week. But they were very important and a new sort of part of the new normal on the ERC. And the result of these little things helped us succeed and have a very, very successful Rally di Roma Capitale, round one of the ERC Championship. So it was all thanks to the face mask and, of course, everybody's hard work and effort. Julian, I presume you've made it home because you are home and I'm in the garage as usual.
Yeah, I made it home. I had a really early start Monday morning, but I was back home for lunch and it was great. So I felt like I had a bit of jet lag though on Monday afternoon. Long week of work and then up at 3 o'clock on Monday morning, and then not a lot of sleep, and then till that night. I fell asleep on Monday night at, I think it was like 10 to 10 or something. I had about 9 hours sleep. So I was ready to go on Tuesday. So back to my walking, back to like looking, and I've been watching lots of videos from the weekend as well.
Yeah, we had some great footage this weekend, and of course we've got some beautiful guests on this evening on the stage. Let's bring them all in because we're gonna everyone's a winner here on ERC The Stage. So introducing tonight's guests, we've got the winner, Mr. Top Step of the Podium and Mr. Stage winner of every stage on Saturday, Alexey Lukyanuk. We've got, of course, in a winner. Do you want to introduce these, Julian?
I can do that. ERC1 Junior winner. We've got Alexey Lukyanuk at bottom right. ERC1 Junior winner and third place overall, Oliver Solberg. And then we've got Bruno. I'm checking me out. Bruno, who was basically organised the whole thing in Rome, and we've had him on before. We're going to catch up with Bruno. And then we've got our next round of the championship that's coming on, and Raymond has joined us from Latvia to talk about what we're expecting when we get there. 10 days time or something, 10 or 12 days time or something like that. So that's what we're going to basically do. But we'll start with Alexey. Just one quick question, Alexey. You're home. What have you been up to since the rally finished and now then?
Actually, I arrived less than 1 day ago, yesterday evening. So we had a flight, and then we had a lot of driving by car. We visited Moscow. I dropped my co-driver and then traveled to St. Petersburg. So a lot of driving in the rally, a lot of driving after the rally, but I'm home and happy with that.
That's good. You look quite tired. But
he does look quite tired. Someone who doesn't look tired is Oliver. Oliver, everything okay with your journey home after the rally?
Yeah, I actually didn't go home. I went to Czech Republic to test a little bit with Skoda Motorsport. So I'm happy to drive again.
So where are you now then, Oliver? Are you in a hotel room or in an apartment or where? You should have closed the bathroom door as well, actually. Just
That's the exit of the room, so don't worry.
Oh, okay. That's good.
No, I'm in the middle of Czech Republic somewhere. I don't know where, but a forest somewhere.
Okay, all right. Bruno, tell us about the celebrations after. Did you when you got back to Motorsport Italia on Monday morning? I have to say, before I left the Fuji on Monday, you looked just like it hadn't happened. Your shirt was ironed. You were wheeling your bag out of reception. You looked very, very Italian and stylish. Can you breathe a sigh of relief now that it's all over? Can you relax a little bit?
Yeah, of course. Now it's completely different atmosphere in the team and as well for the federation that has helped us during this period. So the goal is achieved and we can relax a bit. Of course, after the rally is finished, we have a lot of report to prepare and we need to be in contact as well with the authorities that has grant us all the permission. So this was part of the plan. But luckily, everything went okay during the event. We don't have any report of something wrong happening after. So this is very positive and help us a lot.
And I presume you're pleased that it's all over and it went a complete success, because, you know, the face masks were, the new normal over the weekend. And I was watching ERC All Access on Eurosport this morning, and I was just looking at the guys sanitizing the service area and also the offices, rally headquarters. It just looked incredible, and that paid off so well with all your stringent measures. It was kind of a bit scary before we turned up at the event of what we had to actually do with, sanitizing our hands everywhere, wearing the face mask, checking into the service part. But it all worked pretty well, didn't it? There wasn't really any problems at all with the new protocol.
No, that's true. It works really well. And everybody was actually trying to help, because the drivers were helping using the mask, the teams as well. And we put in place a lot of controls entering in every protected area, like, for example, the HQ, the media zone, the service parks. But I would say they work really well, and I'm really pleased. Here you can see in the images the guys of Pista, which is a company in Italy specialized for doing the sanitizing of big areas. And here they are sanitizing the whole service park. This procedure was going on every evening when the service park was closed. Was not mandatory by law. By law was once before the teams enter in the service park and one when the teams left. But we decided to try to make the rally as safer as possible, also for the COVID issue. So we decided to make it happen every evening.
When you watch that footage, we're going to come to you, Raymond. Obviously, you're seeing this footage, maybe not for the first time, but we'll come to you and get your take on it. But when I watch that footage, I don't watch a lot of sci-fi TV and daft stuff, but that just looks like the world ended somewhere and they're kind of defumigating the world, doesn't it? It looks quite scary, but it was actually positive.
Yeah, that's true. You have to remember that Italy was one of the countries most affected by COVID in the whole Europe. So for sure, the measure could seem a bit strong compared to other countries, but really here has been a big problem. We had a lot of people dying due to the COVID, especially in February and March. So for sure, all the police, all the department of the health and safety we have in Italy are really quite keen to see something like this happening often. And we have tried to please them by doing it every day.
Just by you being bold and going ahead and organizing this event, Bruno, I mean, you attracted quite a lot of people to first of all, it's the way in life, isn't it? If you do something good, nobody really praises you for it. But if you do something bad, then everybody tells you that you've done it wrong. But they're not very good at coming up with another way of doing it. I mean, did you feel the pressure at the weekend because you had the FIA looking at you? You had, I think, did you have the World Rally Championship there as well, having a look to see what this new normal was all about? So did you feel like, I hope I've got this right?
Yeah, let's say that everybody was in Rome to watch what we were doing. Of course, was the restart of something big like an FIA championship, and the ERC is doing really well at the moment. So we had the eyes on us from, let's say, a lot of people, a lot of stakeholders. To be fair, this helped us to maintain the concentration and look into details. So we were really trying to deliver what we promised when we prepared the protocol. That was the goal. I think at the end of the day, we managed. As everybody has seen, we were a bit late in the stages of Saturday due to the accident we got in stage 1 and stage 2. But luckily, we had a contingency plan, because not all of you knows, but with the police, we have agreed that in case there were too many people in some places, we should have sent into the stages some joker car with marshals, 3 marshals per car plus 1 driver. And their duty was basically to spread the people and deliver free mask. So distribute free mask to everybody. So to put, let's say, the security into place again. Luckily, we didn't have to do that anyhow, so in any of the stages, and we decided to use these hours of contingency plan for the COVID to be able to run all the stages on Saturday. And I think this came out quite well because all the drivers were able to run all the stages of Saturday and all the stages in Sunday, which are 200 kilometers, and was a nice restart for everybody.
There was a little bit of criticism from some journalists, just that the delay of 2 hours on Saturday was maybe a bit too long, but all 6 stages ran, which was fantastic. So I mean, the only stage that was cut short was stage 15 after Pedro Artunes crashed, and that was that. But you know, Saturday was great. It was a late finish, but so be it. Everyone had their fun, which was a good day out. So I didn't even know about the alternative protocol with the free face mask for the spectators.
That's because you don't listen. You see, I'd heard about it. So
well, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
We had a long discussion about this with the FIA because, of course, one of the point was that maybe when the marshals were going in, were spreading the people not in a safe area. So we had to add to the list of cars, which were 3 per stage. We had to add one that was going exactly behind the FIA cars, the FIA safety delegates. So to follow exactly the instruction. And to be fair, everything worked quite well. The FIA were really, really positive on and try to help all the weekend. So I was really happy with the result.
Raymond, sorry, Jude.
Yeah, I was going to say, Raymond's obviously you probably watch from afar. I don't know how much involvement. What have you picked up from the weekend from Bruno and his team moving forward? We're going to talk to you about the rally and the stages coming up, but just the COVID situation, what is that for you?
We've been in contact with Bruno for some months already, and he has shared all his information as well to us, and we've been learning from that as well. And to be honest, I didn't have too much time this weekend to follow Roma, but as much as I had, I did. I want to congratulate Bruno and Lucas and Oliver for everyone for their job. But anyway, yeah, still now, even now, when Bruno is speaking, I made a notice for myself what will I do in my rally. So we are learning and adopting all the time, and that is what we will do till the event will be finished. So
Brilliant.
Okay, we're going to come back to you all in a couple of minutes. We're just going to go through some of our other categories before we join our leading lights of ERC1. And obviously we've got ERC3, ERC2, etc. But we're just going to catch up with ERC3 and their little rally, just their recap of their rally, because obviously they had a massive fight going on as well as everybody else. So let's have a quick recap of ERC3. Chris, it was a great battle. You know, Ken Thorne, he had a great run. It was between Ken and that guy there on the screen, Pedro Artunes. And we saw Ken 12 months ago. He won on his Rome debut. He had this huge fight. Dennis Radstrom was one of the favourites, but Dennis had a problem in the first stage, damaged the steering, which really cost him. It was a big disappointment, I think, for Dennis and the All-Sac team, particularly M-Sport as well. Pep Bassas on his first rally.
I mean, the new Peugeot looks absolutely fantastic. The Rally 4 cars look incredible now. You know, the old 208 looks a little bit dated now, but Ken was driving so well all weekend. I know that we're on Bassas at the moment, but Ken was, driving the white Fiesta. He hardly had any sponsors on the side of it. It was just almost M Sport fresh, him driving it. But yeah, he certainly drove the wheels off it, and even drove the wing mirror off it in places.
Well, I like the way he folds the mirrors in, for aerodynamics. But as you said, it was between Ken and Pedro. They were quite a way ahead, 3 minutes plus away from the others. They really did stamp their authority on it. And when I look through all the results of stage times and things, it was nip and tuck between them. Even after stage 10, these two were joint level for the lead.
Yes.
Midday Sunday. And you're thinking crikey, this is a real big battle. The new Fiesta, the new Peugeot, and there was other people in and around, but there was the odd. Mika Häkkinen was fast, but he went off early on Saturday morning, didn't he? When I think something actually broke before he went off, but it was a battle between Ken and Pedro. And I thought
Hakkinen managed to park his car on a tree stump. I don't know how he got it onto the top of that tree, but the photographs on social media were pretty incredible. But as we're looking at the screen, Pedro was pushing so hard. Ken at the end of the stage, and he drove off. He thought that Pedro pushed so hard. He's crashed in the last stage. The crew are okay.
I'm very happy. This Sunday was we pushed so hard over the limits. Really, nothing to say.
Just celebrating their category win without the car because they drove out of time control. Because Ken was just like, Pedro is so fast, he's got it. I said, are you going to hold and wait around to see when Pedro comes to congratulate him at least? No, I'm going back to service. And
he was like, I can't have won this, and then
but then he pulled his car out of time control, and then I don't know, he's just doing the tire pressures or something, and I was like, minute gaps, we're at a minute gap now. No Pedro. Surely he should be here by now, and called him back up, and it was a big surprise to all of us. To be fair,
I was in the car listening, and I was thinking that's been more than a minute. That's got to have been a couple of minutes. But because you were on Facebook Live, I couldn't talk to you, and I'm thinking he's going to notice soon. But yeah, great win for Pedro. Great win for Ken in that new car. But before we go back to the guys in our guest panel, obviously we've been doing newcomer stuff and everything, and we had a newcomer in ERC3, and here she is. That's all I'll.
Hi, I am Adrian Fogel from Hungary and competing in ERC3. I came from circuit race. I started my career in 2012 when I was 29 years old. One of my best moments was last year in Monza, when I started from the last position because of one accident on the first race. And I went through the field and finished on the second position in Kia Platinum Cup. During my racing career, I had a lot of fights against men, but I learned from these fights a lot. Rally is a totally different series. I always looking for challenges, and believe me, rally is. I started rallying 3 years ago. I had 17 rallies behind me. This number is showing I don't have much experience in this areas. This year I am working with Orszak Rally team and Roger Racing team in ERC3. Our first race together was Rally di Roma, where we finished on 5th place. It was so good for us, and we're planning 2 more races in Rally Hungary, where we started in last year, and Canaria. Our goals, I would like to learn as much as I can, and I would like to reduce the gap from the top drivers. I am happy to be here.
Okay, another one of our newcomers, which is great to welcome another lady on board here on the ERC.
Yeah, she finished 5th in ERC3 and was the first lady home. Talking about firsts, there's 2 of them below us. Look at that, yeah. So, right, guys,
like,
we want to hear about your rally.
Who's going to go
not too bad, was it?
Yours was slightly better when you lost your glasses.
It's incredible. I don't think I have to order new glasses now. Just drive without them.
Yeah, have you got some sorted out now that you're back home? Have you got some?
Yeah, I bought 2 now. My mom bought them. So
I said to Julian, when you left those glasses on the roof of the car and you didn't have them, and it was a bit of an unfolding story on Saturday. I said to Julian on the radio, I was like, that's one mistake in your career you're never ever going to make again. So yeah, learn the hard way, Oliver Solberg. Learn the hard way. But fair play. Without the specs, you're still driving.
Exactly.
Still got your mouth open as well when you're driving.
It's me and my dad would always drive like that to get air.
The Solberg.
Yeah, exactly. No, but without I have to say, on Monday morning I went to the pharmacy at the airport and got these eye drops because my eyes were completely finished. So I had to get these eye drops. Because I couldn't see almost. So it was good.
So what about the testing in Czech Republic this week in the Skoda? Are you wearing the glasses now? You've got them all sorted then?
No, they are waiting at home. So I didn't have time to go home and back here. So I went straight here, but it's fine. It's no problem.
Okay. Alexey, you don't need glasses, do you?
No, actually, only when swimming or in the sun.
Fair enough.
Alexey, let's talk about your rally. I mean, dominant on Saturday, won all 6 stages, led the whole event. And where I felt in the past, for me, I know we're only one rally in, but the big thing I noticed was Sunday you didn't win a stage. I know the Italians were going for Italian championship points, but you didn't win a stage, but you didn't panic. Whereas in the past, I have to say, I've been a little bit nervous because you have chased those stage wins, even when you don't need to. Do you feel you've changed, or was that just you didn't need to push?
Yeah, on one hand, we had a good lead, and half a minute gives you a bit of confidence that you still can reduce your speed a bit, still on a safe pace, and control things. Should the gap be smaller, it would be more pressure for me for sure. At the same time, I must admit that Italians on the second day were very fast, and in some stages I felt that I had a good clean runs, but I was losing time. So still, it was not really nice, but it was a nice feeling that I had won a lot of stages before, and now I can relax a bit. So. First, they gave me good opportunity to keep keep my pace and play my game.
I was watching in the office on Monday morning before I left the airport, just some of your onboard footage, Alexey, over the weekend, and every time I just play it just on my laptop and watch you driving, it's just amazing stuff. I just get so absorbed into your driving style. And did you feel like the Pirelli tyres made a difference this year instead of the Michelins on this surface?
I think Pirelli is quite good on Italian tarmac. Of course, you need to have a good feeling with the car and find a proper setup because the different tires work with a different approach on the car setup. So it took some time to find the proper balance, but we were fast straight away. I had a very good experience with Pirelli in the past. So for me, it was rather easy to adapt my driving, my feelings to Italian tires.
How important was it starting the year again in the same car? So, like, obviously, in the Rome last year, it was still a new first time in the Citroen. How important was it having that still the same car, but albeit a different co-driver as well? I mean, Dimitri did a great job as well.
Yeah, first of all, the car, of course, we know it better now. Last year we started the Italian rally with a bad setup, to be honest. We didn't manage to find the proper solutions during the tests. Now we use this knowledge to prepare better, and straight away we were on the pace, starting from qualify and on the first day. So on that hand, of course, used car helped a lot. And with Dmitry, it helped us that the stages were the same from last year. So we used last year's space modes, and my local knowledge, let's say like that, also helped me to be a bit more confident while driving. Should it be an absolutely new race, it would be much harder for us to find the proper pace. But here we prepared well, did a lot of homework. Yeah, nice moments. I didn't see it before, so.
See, they do like you.
Yeah, it was a big team effort to make this happen. 2 weeks before the rally, actually, we were not sure if I arrived to the rally because the budget was not confirmed. And I called Vincent, say, Vincent, it looks like we stopped because I don't have money. And he said, we have still some time and we try to solve it. So we worked all together. Thanks for support to Citroën and to my personal sponsors who in the last moment found some reserves to support us. So it's quite important, and I'm really happy to pay off to everyone with our result in this rally.
What I find amazing with both of you guys, and of course Bruno and Raymond as well, when the rally's over, we see you at the end of the stage, and Alexey, you got the helmet on, you've got your race face on for the weekend, and just talking to you now, you're sat in your apartment in St. Petersburg, you're chilled and you're relaxed, and you're just normal. It's great. But what are you doing between now and Liepaja? Are you doing anything exciting? Are you back to work, doing the day job? What's happening there?
Actually, when this quarantine measure started, no one knew what's going to happen. But we planned a vacation with my girlfriend long ago, and we booked a hiking trip to the mountains in Russia. So tomorrow we start almost 24 hours. Trainway. We travel far away in the wild places, and then for almost 8 days we have 100 kilometers of wild hiking roads and trails with the backpacks full of stuff like tents, food, everything inside, so it should be quite exciting. I was used to do that when I was young. We traveled a lot, but it was a very long break, and I'm wondering and really delighted to start it again. Actually, to relax and to feel the nature. Maybe it's not the best preparation for Rally Liepaja because Oliver seems to be driving in Czech Republic and somewhere else, and I will be working with mosquitoes and everything around me. But maybe it will be a good reset for me, and will cool down my mind and my feelings, and we will see.
Are you taking all your food with you for wild camping, or are you planning some restaurants and that kind of stuff?
No, it's a real wide places, so we need to cook on fire, and we bring everything with us.
Wow,
that sounds great. Oliver, you've been listening.
It sounds amazing. I want to keep going with that.
Yeah, well, you can talk to Alexey about it. We need to talk to Oliver about his rally. We're coming back to Alexey and his wildlife afterwards, because I love wildlife and things. But Oliver, you've watched Alexey's footage there and everything. You told us before the rally, top seven. You always have to be a bit cautious because you don't want to kind of like underachieve. You've got to be super happy with third and ERC1 Junior win. How did you see your rally first time on tarmac properly?
No, we started qualifying, and I went to the first run, and I thought, okay, we will just start and see how everything feels, and it felt really slow, but still the run was quite okay, and the time was quite okay, and then I thought, okay, maybe we could do a quite good weekend anyway. And then start the first stage was for sure a big challenge, and I didn't really know what to expect from the first stage with proper speeds. So I just went, and then okay, we'll see how it goes. Just drive slowly, learn everything from the stage, and then drive from there. But the time was not okay. I was 15 seconds behind Alexey. But I looked at his onboard, and it's absolutely fantastic from the first stage. He's proper attack, and it's a very nice clean driving. So it's for sure a lot to learn still. But arriving P3 at the end of the day and doing good stage times on many of the stages, I'm very happy with. So it was for sure much more than expected.
Your first proper tarmac rally, sorry Julian, your first proper tarmac rally, did you feel comfortable from the word go?
Yeah, okay, on testing is different. Then you know the road, and you can push really hard, and you can really push the tire hard, and then but on the race you have to learn everything again almost with the pace notes and how they're going to work, and you don't really know. On gravel I'm very confident with my pace notes that they work well, but on tarmac you don't really know how they will work. So for sure we had to go with a careful approach, and the pace notes worked well, and from there I felt comfortable to try to build the pace throughout the weekend, and especially Sunday my pace was consistently good on many of the stages. So I was very happy for sure.
Something that I noticed, you're talking about pace there. There's a video on the ERC website at the Solberg show or something, and there's a shot of you in cars. You come to the end of stage 2 without your glasses, but Aaron tells you what time you've done. Bearing in mind, you're the first ERC car, the others are World Rally cars, and he tells you you've done an 8:31 or something. You went, oh, that's rubbish. How did you know it was rubbish? Because no one else had come through who you were competing against.
No, but I know how I was against the WRC cars on the first stage. So I could approximately count how I would be on the second. But okay, the second is a totally different stage. But the time was not bad. I was 7 seconds behind Alexey, and then maybe 3 or 4 behind Basso, and I was 3rd or 4th on the stage. So for sure, it was a good time in the end anyway. But it didn't feel good.
Are you surprised that you walked away winning the ERC1 Junior category, coming to this event, or you surprised with that, or realistically in the back of your mind did you think, I'll go to this rally and if I'm in the top 10 that'll be good against these fast Italians?
I talked a lot with my uncle Henning before the race and my dad and all this, and they said top 10, be happy. We are not tarmac specialists in our family, so he said top 10, be happy. So yeah, I didn't really know what to expect at all. I didn't have any expectations either. So just to learn as much as possible and learn the basics, and winning the ERC1. I didn't really think about the ERC1 until I was finished. I was like, oh, I won it. I didn't. I only looked at finishing 3rd was fantastic. And I said, Aaron, fantastic, we got 3rd, And then he said, yeah, but we won the ERC1. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. So it was it was fantastic.
Amazing, good stuff. And you go ahead, sorry, Julian.
Well, no, I was just about to say we're going to come back to these two guys. We're going to show our ERC2 highlights first. We're going to come back to these two guys and Raymond, and we're just going to get a wrap up from them. But obviously, we've got ERC3. We've shown ERC2 was back in Rally Roma di Capitale, Rome. I can't remember. I always get it confused.
Rally di Roma Capitale.
That's it. Bruno will kill me. Sorry, Bruno. But ERC2 was great. We had the Subarus, the Mitsubishis, the Abarth, the Porsche, which was always fantastic. And it was a real great story, Chris, because Zelindo Meligari, he absolutely flew, along with Darius Polonsky. But Polonsky only flew for the first stage. Then the turbo failed on his car, and Zelindo took over. 11 months since Zelindo had been rallying after that crash in Bahrain. What a feel-good story.
Well, the Abarths are beautiful cars, and that's what Zelindo was driving last year in Bahrain when he had that massive shunt, and he was in hospital for a long time. He came to our ERC awards in Hungary last year, but to see him back in the car, but back in the Subaru, which is kind of comfortable ground for him. It's something that he's driven before, and he's happy with it. And he just seemed really, really pleased with himself all weekend. And I thought he would have been a bit more cautious, but yeah, fair play to him. He was enjoying himself.
He massively was enjoying himself. He had a great run. We just saw one of the Abarths, Malbellini. He won the Abarths and took a huge amount of prize money. But I suspected that the Abarths would go well up with it being on tarmac, but Zelindo really did. I mean, 43 seconds was his winning margin, and it was a real good feel factor story as well after what had happened to him 11 months ago. Because 11 months ago we weren't even sure he was going to come back and drive a rally car, and he did. So that's great news. So that's our support categories wrapped up, so to speak. So we can go back.
Yeah, Alexey, going to Liepaja. Obviously, Oliver won there last year, which and you were on the podium as well. What are you two going to do this year? Are you going to talk to each other, or is it going to be helmets on and either one of you are going to be winning this event in a couple of weeks' time? Alexey, what's the key to success to beat a Solberg in Liepaja?
Who knows? I'm pretty sure that Volkswagen is a very fast car on tarmac and on gravel too. So last year we clearly saw that even being on the limit, absolutely on the limit, we are missing something. So not an easy task, but still we will try to do our best and see how it works. During my nights in forest with mosquitoes, I will think how should I attack or tackle the stages. So maybe it helps a bit.
Have to hide, get the camouflage on like this, and but you're more comfortable with the Citroen 12 months on. You know, it was a learning period for you last year in the Citroen, and you know, it wasn't going particularly in your favour on Sunday morning in Liepāja, so there was you know, one or two issues there, but you know, you're more comfortable now. You've proved that you were learning the car last year in Rome and you won. So I mean, I said to you in the service park the other day, Alexey, I'm a big fan. You see, I want to see you win. That's what it is.
Thank you very much. Of course, we're learning the car step by step, but you know, having 50, 60, 70 kilometers of tests between rallies, it's definitely sufficient to be at the top level and to try to reach the top possibilities, capabilities of the car and of ourselves. So I'm a bit sorry about my situation with budget, that we cannot afford more practice, more drive time, more seat time. But still, we are there. We are competitive. We can push, and even having this small amount of driving does not stop us that much. So I feel strong. I feel confident. I know something is missing, but anyway, we'll try to cover it with different things and try to be faster.
Oliver, obviously you won last year. It's hard to improve that. Tanak always tells me when we do interviews with him, what's your aims this year? Well, I won last year, so I can't finish any lower because it'll be a failure. If you're going to work on that kind of situation, what is the plan?
Well, anyway, we have improved the car a lot since last year. Last year we started with the car first time on gravel, so it's a lot to learn about the car last year. But this year we've figured, or also last year we figured a lot of stuff out with the car and improved quite a lot. So I've developed a lot since then, I hope. So it was my first time on gravel last year, so it was with R5. So I think I've developed a lot and also much more mature driving, and I pushed quite hard last year, I have to say, against Lukyanuk. I knew how fast and crazy he is on the fast, so I didn't expect it. But as you said, if I also have to try and go to win again, otherwise it would be a failure. But okay, podium is podium. Always have to be happy with it, and for sure I'm gonna go and try to win. But now we're just gonna do some testing with Skoda, focus on that, and then do one day of testing with our Polo and try to improve again and see how we can prepare as good as possible for the race. But it will not be easy with the other competition, definitely.
Cool.
Something else I just want to come back on. I just want to come back onto Rome before we go. Yeah, well, before we get to Raymond's and talking about the next round. Obviously, Bruno's already talked about it. A couple of big crashes on the first and second stages. I think we've got some clips of these, but why do you think it is? And what did you think when you see these crashes, particularly foremost? But Alexey, you've been caught out before in one of these stages. Why so demanding about this rally?
You know, it's a really challenging road. You can see from the onboard from Krugnola how he's fighting with the car. And actually it's quite easy to make very small wrong movement and you finish like that. So I understand the intention of Andrea to be very fast and straight away. He knows these roads quite well. He well prepared, so he tried to build the maximum pace, but made a small mistake. For French driver, it's, you know, untypical mistake, I think, for everyone when you touch something on the inside. Really bad luck, probably. I know French guys are quite, I would say, patient and precise. Looks strange to me, but sometimes it happens.
Oliver, that was a big crash, wasn't it? Four Mo's was massive. You and me were talking about it, Chris, at lunch on Saturday. It's huge, isn't it?
It's
It is a bad crash. It's a bad crash. Sorry, I have connection problems. I don't know.
Don't worry, don't
We got
worry.
glasses
Me and Chris have
problems.
those all the time.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah,
Okay.
but just for Mo, is just that little bit of concrete on that bridge, just on the inside. But what I can't believe, Alexey and Oliver, is if you're driving through Pico, that first stage, we drove through it on Thursday, I think, and driving it on a normal car is scary enough, but when you're 100% flat out, it's almost like downhill skiing, because you're just jumping from side to side, and the corners are and the Armco and everything. It's just you guys are brave doing it. I'll tell you that.
We got Oliver Honey did it for the first time this year. What did you make of it, Oliver? You must have heard about this daunting stage called Pico.
He's definitely got connection.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult to do it for the first time, and I heard some people say just be careful, just drive through it. But me and Alexey talked about it after the stage was finished, and this is just the kind of stage we love. It's so precise, so bumpy, you just bam, 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 all the time. So it's really cool to drive some stages. But for the first time, I have to say it was difficult. You don't know where the rocks are, you don't know where the gravel is going to be, and stuff like this. And I got some surprises with how big the jumps, some of them are, and also how big the bumps are. So I just had to take it easy, but still it was a great fun to do such a stage, and a cool experience for the future, definitely.
Cool.
That's great.
Shall we move on to?
Yeah. Next subject is I don't know what we're calling it, but basically, we've got drivers who kind of like do well, but slightly under the radar. People didn't really expect them to kind of shine like that. And for me at the weekend, it was Simone Tempestini, Romanian champion, won 3 rallies already in Romania this year. And he led ERC1 Juniors for the first couple of stages, but was always in the battle with Oliver for ERC1 Junior category. 3rd overall after a couple of stages, finished 5th. I thought Tempestini had a really good run. And to a lot of people who haven't heard much about him, I think that would have surprised people. I sat there and thought, many stage times are coming through. I was like, that's a good stage time. That's a good. There's another one. And then after 3 stages, he's on the podium and beating Oliver and everything. Then him and Oliver. And remember that the all day Sunday, it was Oliver, Tempestini, Breen, the 3 of them. Oliver did start to go away, but Breen and Tempestini had a great fight. And I thought he had a really good run on this weekend. So he was my kind of unsung hero, so to speak. I don't know what the proper thing is, but he was kind of my unsung hero for that rally.
Well. So yeah, it was nice to see that battle on Sunday with him and Breen. But yeah, nice fella. I mean, Marco, his dad was been driving in the ERC in the early years when we went to Romania, and I mean, there's Italian heritage, but they moved to Romania. So even though Simone speaks Italian, he calls himself Romanian with Italian blood inside him. Right, we need to move on because we're getting shouted at by our director in the studio. Guys, you can stay if you want, or you can go. You're going? Are they going, or are they staying?
No, they can stay. It's up to them. We're going to talk to Raymond about Latvia. You might want to listen and get some information.
Right.
Of course, that's it. Right, Raymond, come on, you're back.
Hey,
there he is.
Hey.
He's been to have his dinner in the meantime, hasn't he?
I know.
To eat, been to the restaurant, come back again. So
working in the same time.
on the phone to Bruno. Raymond's okay. We're coming to see you in Latvia, in Liepāja. It's great to be back there. Fast flowing, open roads, gravel. It's beautiful. Up to Talsi for the start, and so on. So what's going on in face masks? Then are they compulsory when we come to see you?
It's been pretty busy days and all the time headaches with the COVID and so on. And now I listen for the guys, Lucas and Oliver, talking about putting gloves on and going into the fight. And I know some couple more names that will join them and make their life a little bit more difficult. And it gets me back the excitement, because this summer hasn't been easy for, I believe, most of the people. But anyway, the closer it's coming, so the excitement builds. So yeah, the rally itself, it will be a bit different than everyone has used to see here, but because we have to adapt to the situation, and we had to cancel the city stages both in Talsi and in Liepāja. We had to cancel the opening ceremony, prize giving ceremony. We will close the service park and so on. So basically, we have two main focuses. Is one of them is a safe event according to the COVID rules, and the second focus of ours is a stage. The stage is the sporting side. So that's our main focus, and we have canceled everything where possibly we could see a big crowd. So in the stages, nearly 40 kilometers of the stages are happening in the same time. So there we are not worried about problems of distancing, but otherwise that's our main issue. So it will be a bit different, but anyway, the stages in Talsi and Liepaja are the best we have, and I think it will be quite challenging for all of the teams and drivers. And yeah, you have on the screen, you just had basically really important information, which was only confirmed yesterday from our government. Is it's the restriction rules a little bit changed for European and world level events in Latvia. And basically the reason of this is that there is a list of countries from which you come to Latvia, you have to sit out in quarantine 14 days. And basically yesterday we had these changes that we are able to skip this. But according to these rules, this is a short list of those steps. In our homepage, there is a full information of how it should be done. But anyway, we have an option for everyone to come and to compete straight away. So for us, this was really important. And it was only approved yesterday. So basically 2 hours ago, we published on our homepage all the information. So, and today, all the time, answering on these questions. So yeah, focus on COVID takes a lot of our time.
So with the testing, I'll be going on the website shortly. With the testing kits arriving in Liepaja before you self-isolate for 24 hours, where are those kits available? Are they the hotel reception when people arrive, or do they pick them up from?
There will be a special point in Liepaja, just next to Liepaja hospital. Mm-hmm. And at the moment, just now, I received an email that we are working maybe on option to make a COVID test in the airport straight away when people fly in. That would be the best solution for us, and we are working on that. So, because in Riga, once you do the COVID test in Riga, the results come much faster. It can take only 5 hours to get the results already. So when you go to Liepaja and do the test there, they are bringing them to Riga and then back. So you have results maximum in 24 hours. We are working all the time on possible ways how to reduce this time all the time, and we will basically have more and more information closer to event, because this was only approved yesterday, so we still have to work on that.
Okay, so if let's say the best case scenario, people get tested at Riga Airport, do they have to wait at Riga Airport for those results, or can they proceed to?
No, they have to self-isolate till the moment they have the results. Basically, how we see that is that they have to go their hotel rooms and stay there till they get the results, because all the hotels will be warned about this. We'll have a list of people who will be in this list who have to do the testing. Not everybody. I must mention, because today I received so many questions and not everyone understands. These rules are only for the people coming from restricted countries, which are in our homepage. The list where the cases are above the average. So this is only concerning them.
Yeah, and that list is updated every Friday,
yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
So this Friday and next Friday, 2 Fridays, 2 updates still are worrying us, because it was more or less okay all the time. And last Friday it was Czech Republic, Belgium, Austria, and some other countries put it there. So two more Fridays we have to wait to see how the situation changes.
Okay, and then is it? Sorry, go on, Julian. You go ahead.
Well, no, you carry on. What I found fascinating was the COVID stuff came on the screen. Alexey and Oliver just sat back. As soon as the itinerary came on, they both leaned forward trying to look at the itinerary. COVID is very important. We are going to continue with that. But what can you tell these two superstars about the stages? Because that's all they're bothered about.
Yeah, what I can tell, I'm a bit sad about that we had to cancel the city stages, because those were pretty amazing. But okay, that's life, and we have to deal with that. Anyway, like one in Talsi is more or less everyone from these guys have driven there, and they know the stages. Maybe a little bit directions have changed, but they have been there and done all of those stages, and in Liepaja as well. So
that's good for me and Alexey.
Now, there are, I think only one is completely the same as it was. So small changes to all of the stages, but but some minor changes. And as I said, I'm a little bit sad about the city stages. We had both planned in Talsi and Liepāja, but okay, that's life. We just have to deal with that. And anyway, tomorrow we're gonna publish a road book on our homepage in restricted area, so guys will be able to see the rally, how it is.
And then with the service parking, are you doing like barcode, hand sanitization stuff like Bruno did for Rally di Roma?
So service park will be closed to public, and every time all the mechanics, all the people entering service park, they will be measured for the temperature, and before receiving the accreditation, everyone will have to fill the form, how they feel, where have they been, and many things like that. So the service park will be monitored all the time, and with the sanitizing and everything for sure. But the decision was made to close it for the public just to be more safe, because you can imagine we are running rally in the middle of August, and after 2 weeks the school starts the 1st of September, and we must do everything what is in our power to avoid any cases in Liepāja. So that is our main target. For sure, that will make our life, drivers, mechanics' life, more difficult, even you guys. But that's what we have to deal with, and that's it.
And just to clarify, are face masks mandatory for people working on the event if they can't social distance?
Yes, sure. If you can't keep social distance masks all the time, and we will suggest to wear them all the time for sure. In Latvia at the moment today, it's not mandatory to wear face masks, but for sure we will ask everyone to, even more importantly, if you cannot have the 2 meters social distancing, for sure.
Okay, so less than 2 meters is face masks.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one question before we bring Bruno in and thank everybody before we get really shouted at by our boss. Raymond, you mentioned that you've got a couple of entries that might excite these two. Come on, you can't just leave it at that.
Okay, I will tell one, okay, because actually entry's deadline is tomorrow, and we're still receiving it today because everyone was waiting for this COVID information. But yesterday I received an email and entry from my old friend Mats Osberg, so he's going to join the guys, and that's one of the names, but there will be more. So
Okay.
Yeah, so he has been there in Talsi really long time ago, and with the Group N car. So he has seen Talsi stages, but Liepāja stages will be new for him. But it's Mats Osberg. He will be fast, I'm sure about that.
Cool. Bruno, are you going to go up to Liepāja? Are you going to have a look? Are you heading up there to help Raymond's out, maybe?
I really want to go. You know that we have also a team, which is Motorsport Italia. We are running cars, so my main focus is to get Paolo Nobre back as soon as possible now. So he's living in Brazil, and at the moment the situation there is quite difficult. So if we have a chance to go to Liepāja, for sure I'm gonna be there. I'm really looking forward to see the battle, and these two guys has done an incredible battle here in Italy. I want to say to Oliver that I'm impressed, because first time on the Pico stage, he was fast immediately. It's not an easy stage. Italians has crashed there, so I was quite impressed about him. I know Alexey is fast and has been fast in our stages already. So I was expecting a good result from him. He won, so nothing better. But now I want to see both of them fighting, and of course with new drivers in Liepāja will be great, the battle.
Cool.
That's it. That's
right.
It's been great. Chris, we've completely ignored, because we've had such brilliant guests. We've had a huge amount of comments. Trevor Dempsey, great coverage at the weekend. Love this program, which is good. Hugh C. Davis, he's pleased rallying's back. That's thanks to Bruno and his team. People looking forward to going to Latvia. Just loads and loads of. Oh, here's one for you, Bruno. WRC Rome, please. There's a challenge. So that'll give you something to think about. But
we are happy with the ERC, so why we should wait? You have done an amazing job, guys. You have done an amazing job. The restart was great, and thanks to you, we were everywhere on TV, everywhere on newspaper. So the job you did was really great, and I have to say a big thank you to all Eurosport, the FIA, ACI Sport, and everybody who helped us achieving that.
Excellent. Nice.
Thank you very much. Tibor Reddy Junior was watching as well. Tibor, I think Tibor's back in Latvia. I'm sure
we were missing Tibor, actually. We were missing him.
He's not so keen on your small narrow roads. So
we will find a wider one for him for the next.
okay,
Right.
Let's go.
Hold on. Let's just wrap up nicely. Beautiful guests as usual this evening. Looking forward to going to Liepaja. Alexey, you're a legend. Don't get bitten by the mosquitoes when you're wild camping. So have fun. Enjoy yourself 24 hours on the train. Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks, Alexey. Yeah, Oliver, you enjoy yourself doing the testing, and we look forward to seeing you in Liepaja kicking some butt in a few weeks' time. Raymond's, I hope it all goes okay for you as well, and everyone behaves themselves, and you can sort the government out. Bruno, you're a star. Thanks for a great weekend last weekend. It was good fun. Julian, you're not so bad as well either, so that's all good.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
Right, guys, we'll catch you soon, of course, next Wednesday.
Remember to bring your masks to Liepaja.
But
Sure.
we're going to play out tonight with a beautiful tape, get you in the mood for going to Latvia in a few weeks' time. This is just some great VT of, I just can't stop playing this, great VT of Helicopter Latvia, Liepaja. What you're going to expect in a few weeks' time from all of us on the stage. Thanks very much, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Press play, director.